Most expensive houses of 2020. Buying a house is pretty expensive. You have to choose the right amount of rooms, facilities, and amenities for your family in every residential project you see. No matter how cheap your house is, you can never buy it by paying all the money up without taking a debt. However, the houses we will be showing you today cannot be bought on loan. Because let's be honest, no bank would give a normal person that much of a loan. To buy such properties and avail such luxurious facilities, you must be at least a billionaire. So, without further ado, here are the top 10 most expensive houses of 2020. Make sure to watch them all. You won't believe their prices. And if you like this video, hit the subscribe button to get more of our videos. Number 10. The Odeon Tower Penthouse. $330 million. The Odeon Tower Penthouse is probably the most expensive penthouse in the world. With a price tag of $330 million, you can easily buy a 35,000 square foot apartment at the top of one of the most expensive buildings in one of the most expensive areas in Monaco. The Odeon Tower Penthouse is not just a single floor penthouse. As a matter of fact, it has multiple floors and also has a private elevator. Just like any other overly expensive house on this list, this one also has a swimming pool. To be specific, a 360-degree view infinity pool. If you're a crazily rich bachelor who loves to have high-profile pool parties at your place, then this house is perfect for you. Number 9. Le Palais Boulle. $390 million. This uniquely designed house is also popularly known as the Bubble House, and by looking at its visuals, you can understand why it's called that. Le Palais Boulle was designed by a Hungarian architect, Antti Lovag, between the years of 1975 and 1989. The reason why it's popularly known as the Bubble Palace is due to its rounded rooms that face the beautiful Mediterranean Sea. This house is extremely different than the houses mentioned on this list due to its bizarre architecture. According to architect Antti Lovag, however, the idea for Le Palais Boulle came from the early times where there would be similarly shaped dwellings. Renowned French fashion designer Pierre Cardin owns the bizarre house, and his house is often booked for receptions and other events. Number 8. 4 Fairfield Pond, $248 million. New York City is known to be one of the busiest cities in the whole world. But if you have ever lived in the city, you would know that real estate prices here are crazily expensive, probably the most expensive in the whole United States. However, the house we'll be talking about here isn't just one of the most expensive houses in the city, it's one of the most expensive houses worldwide. The owner of the 4 Fairfield Pond is a local business tycoon, Ira Renner. Ira Renner is the Renault Group owner, a holding investment company in smelting and manufacturing. Now, here's the interesting part. What's inside the mansion? This giant 63-acre home has 29 bedrooms, 39 bathrooms, and a dining room around 91 feet long. That's crazy! The property houses a basketball court, bowling alley, squash courts, tennis courts, and 3 swimming pools for sports. Now, you might be thinking, well, they have a gigantic electricity bill to worry about. Well, they don't have to worry about that. To power this mansion, the house has its own power plant on site. And that's not the end of it. They also have a parking space which can house a total of 100 cars. Number 7. 18-19. Kensington Gardens. $128 million. On number 10, we have the 18-19 Kensington Garden. Now, this is not an ordinary mansion, and here's why. First of all, this gargantuan mansion is located on Billionaires Row, which, as the name suggests, is located in an extremely prestigious area, and one of the most expensive areas in London, Kensington Gardens. The property is owned by Indian multi-billionaire and business genius Lakshmi Mittal. Lakshmi is the chairman and CEO of the world's biggest steelmaking and manufacturing company, ArcelorMittal. The mansion is not only huge, but it's ancient as well, as it was built in the 19th century. The area of the house is around 55,000 square feet. Initially, the mansion was based on 2 semi-detached houses. However, it was expertly converted into a single dwelling by an experienced developer. David Khalili. Now, here comes the fun part. What's inside the mansion that makes it worth a whopping $128 million? The mansion has 12 bedrooms, an indoor swimming pool, Turkish baths, and enough parking spaces for 20 cars. Before the Middles owned this gorgeous, luxurious, and, well, expensive mansion, it was owned by wealthy personalities like the Rothschilds, Free Poles, David Khalili, and Bernie Ecclestone. They don't even have to worry about loud neighbors because who has classier neighbors than Prince William and Kate Middleton? Number 6. Whittenhurst, London, $450 million. This luxurious mansion is currently under renovation. Despite that, this massive mansion would be the second largest and second most expensive mansions in London when its renovation finishes. To know which one is first, you'll have to stick around until the end of this video and find out. The mansion is based on an area of 90,000 square feet. Built in the early 20th century by the heir to a soap fortune, the original house had 25 bedrooms. New owners have since added a second 3-story villa and dug out some 40,000 square feet of basement, a space that the New Yorker recently said amounts to an underground village. It's not confirmed who the current owner of this extremely expensive mansion is, as the family who owns this is publicly shy. Money brings issues as well, I guess. Number 5. Villa La Seda, $450 million. With the first entry in the top 5 most expensive houses in the world, the Villa La Seda is the 5th most expensive house on this list, and probably one of the most expensive houses in the world, out of those that are actually for sale. The price tag on this gorgeous residential property is just a little lower than $500 million. To know which houses managed to break the $1 billion barrier in value, keep watching this video. The house has an area of around 18,000 square feet, and it has 14 well-sized bedrooms. The house gives ancient vibes, featuring its beautiful and antique chandeliers, 19th century paintings, and a wood-paneled library with over 3,000 books. Are we missing something? Oh yes! The property also has an Olympic-sized swimming pool in it. If you buy an expensive mansion, having a swimming pool is an absolute necessity. Number 4. The One, Bel Air, California, $500 million. The One is the most expensive mansion in the United States. Calling it a mansion would be an understatement, as this residential property is so huge that it should be called a giga mansion. The price of this tremendous property is a whopping $500 million. So what does this house have, which makes it so expensive? Well, the area of this gargantuan house is 100,000 square feet, 20 bedrooms, and the amazing 360-degree view from the Bel Air hilltop. Also, this house has a 5,500 square feet master suite, 30 bathrooms, a 30-car auto gallery, 5 swimming pools, a 36-seat movie theater, 6-lane bowling alley, and a nightclub for having your celebrity parties. This house is for extremely rich people only, and if you're able to buy it, expect a high-profile social circle. Number 3. Villa Leopolda, $750 million. This beautiful villa is third in our list of most expensive houses. Some fancy billionaire doesn't own the house. It's owned by Lily Safra, who happens to be a widow of Lebanese-Brazilian banker Edmond Safra. It's located in the Francis Alps Maritime department of the Côte d'Azur region and is based on 50 acres of land. So what's inside this beautiful villa? Well, it has 11 bedrooms, 14 bathrooms, a commercial greenhouse, a helipad, an outdoor kitchen, and one of the best swimming pools you'll ever see in a house. However, these facilities are not the only reason why this house is so expensive. It has a great historical background as well. King Leopold II of Belgium first owned the house, and then it was redesigned by an American architect, Ogden Codman Jr., in the 1920s. You might also remember this facility if you remember Alfred Hitchcock's 1955 film, To Catch a Thief, as the villa was the setting for the movie. Number 2. Antilla, $1 billion. Mumbai is one of India's most important cities, and there's 2 sides to this city. On one part of it, you see these slums and large families living in a studio apartment. On the other, you have the posh and expensive area of the city, a place where you can find Antilla, the second most expensive house on our list. The Antilla cost an astonishing $1 billion. The massive residential building was made for the richest person in India, Mukesh Ambani, who happens to be the chairman and managing director of Reliance Industries Limited, which is a Fortune Global 500 company. This house is based on an area of 400,000 square feet and has 27 stories, and is situated in the Kambala Hill neighborhood. Now, here comes the part you'll want to see. What's inside the house? Well, 6 out of 27 stories have been dedicated car storage, and they have some of the most advanced parking systems equipped at their residence. There is also an on-site service station for these cars, because, let's face it, billionaires have so many cars, they don't have the time to send every individual car for maintenance. So they have a service center at their home. Simple. Other facilities include a temple, a 50-seat movie theater, a health spa, 3 helipads, a salon, a ballroom and yoga studio, an ice cream room, and multiple cinemas. The residence has 9 private elevators as well. Antilla is so huge that to run the building's daily operations, they require 600 highly skilled and experienced individuals. Number 1. Buckingham Palace, $2.9 billion. All hail the Queen, her family, and the beautiful palace they have. On number 1, we have the iconic and one of the most important buildings worldwide, the Buckingham Palace. Buckingham Palace is the most expensive house in the world, as the iconic structure is worth a whopping $2.9 billion. Although it's owned by the British royal family, the palace isn't just a place for the royal family to just relax and live a luxurious life. It's also the headquarters of the British royal family, as they handle many important matters. Buckingham Palace is located in Westminster, London. The palace has a total of 775 rooms. Yes, you heard that right. 775 rooms. Other than that, the palace also has 78 bathrooms, 92 offices, and 19 staterooms. Buckingham Palace has been the official residence of the British monarchy since 1873. Now, even though the number of rooms and facilities this palace has is amazing, it's still not the biggest palace in the world. Let me just clarify that this is not for sale. And Jeff Bezos couldn't buy Buckingham Palace from his pocket money if you were planning to make that joke. This is a valuable building, and if it would ever be monetized, then its price would be somewhere around $2.8 to $2.9 billion. That's all we've got for you today, guys. Did you like our picks? Does your house cost more? Let us know what your thoughts are in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, like, share, and subscribe for more of our interesting videos. See you next time.